Hi everyone, it's Jody with Jody Stokes Fitness. It is now that bewitching time of the year where we really have to be careful with our caloric intake. How do we do that? Well, we stop eating candy after this week if you can, and we burn a couple extra calories. So I've been posting a lot of videos on jump training and sit training, but today we're gonna work on some scary supersets. If you can, get out 3 sets of weights. It doesn't matter how many pounds you have, just use 3 sets of weights. I'm gonna work with 10s, 8s, and 5s today. We start with the 10s and we work with a lower rep, and then we move into the second set, the third set. What we're doing is progressive overload. Now, don't compromise your form. If you need a break, take a break. Stick with me. We're gonna warm up with some mobility exercises today. Why are we doing that? We gotta get into that joint capsule, into the knees, into the hips, eventually into the shoulders, so that we can get full range of motion. So I'm just kind of moving from side to side into that hip. We're gonna take it deeper, and you wanna bend the knee, but you wanna get those hips way back. Again, watch that knee. Make sure that it goes over the ankle, not that that knee goes way out over the foot. So just be conscious of that. Nice wide leg movement here into that hip. You're gonna start to feel it. If we've been moving through all these exercises recently without stretching after, we might want to just warm up with some mobility exercises today. Squat down, press up and through, a little bit into that hamstring, behind the knee, into that hip. Just press it down and up. We're doing anywhere between about 10 and 12 reps. Just push down and up. If we're only getting 8 in, then you just hold that stretch for just a second. Moving back into a little bit of a rotation in the hips, side to side. I'm definitely feeling this in the hamstrings. I have the propensity to just jump through my exercises really fast and not warm up properly, just jump into it. So we're gonna actually work through this today together. You're up a little bit more into that hip motion here, just pushing those hips side to side. I'm just doing a little semicircle into the hip, warming those hips, pressing down into the knee. I'm gonna take it into that lunge motion, and I'm just gonna press that back heel back. I'm gonna lean back. Big hip flexor stretch here. Go ahead and switch it to the other side. I'm holding for about 8 seconds. We're not really stretching, we are warming up. If we were to stretch, we'd wanna hold that stretch for about a minute for efficacy. Now I need to push through the shoulders because we're gonna be doing some shoulder exercises today. But not just that, we want to stabilize that shoulder through our exercises. Just a little circle here, clockwise, counterclockwise, up through the spine just a little bit. And then a little bit of a torque in the shoulder, palms up, palms down. Keeping those abs in nice and strong. Good work. I'm going to go ahead and grab my 10s. Hopefully you guys have 3 sets of weights. If you don't, maybe 2 rounds of your heaviest weights to start. We're going into that 6 rep series. Look a couple videos down and I'm doing 6 to 8 reps. But because we're supersetting today, I'm gonna start with the heavy ones for just 6 reps. We're starting with a bicep curl. Then we're gonna take it into the lower body into 6 squats. Back to the upper body, some hammer curls in for 6. Taking it into that lunge. You guys know I like to lean back, squeeze that back glute, watch that knee over the ankle. Switching out. Awesome. Let's take it into the triceps now. Warm up those triceps. Little bit of a swing and momentum here. Tighten up the backs of your arms. Now, up to you. I'm taking both weights up, so we know that's 20 pounds overhead for an overhead extension. I figured it's 6 reps. I can handle it. Good work. To the 8-pound weights or whatever weights you got for your second round. Doing the same thing. Coming up, we got the bicep curls first. Now we have 8 reps. Beautiful. To the squats for 8. Watch those legs too. I like to keep them right underneath the hips. Awesome. To the hammers. Awesome. Let's go into that lunge. Lean it back. Squeeze the hip in the back. External rotation of the hip and squeeze that glute. Awesome. Switch it to the triceps. To the overhead. Nice work. Okay, let's go ahead and take it to the 5-pound weights or whatever you have, and we're gonna go into 10 reps now. You're starting to feel it for sure, but don't compromise the form just to hit the rep. Sit deep into those squats. It's a little bit easier with the lighter weights. We can go a little bit faster. To those hammers. You can see I've got my elbows a little more duct taped right to the sides of my waist, isolating that shoulder, really working those biceps. To the lunges for 10. Always align first, check your balance, and then get into the lunge. Eyes are usually forward. Try not to look down, try not to look up, try to look forward. Switch it out, eyes forward. Awesome work. And we didn't take it into the triceps, so go ahead and do those triceps real fast if you want to. Pause the video. We're gonna go into that upper back with the 10s. And 6. Good. Out to a fly. Now, I'm using 10-pound weights for a fly. I don't usually like to do heavy weights for a fly because it's a lot of external rotation on the shoulder. But again, it's 6 reps. So you discern how you want to feel by doing that. Deeper, wider squat for 6. Right, grabbing those 8-pound weights. No breaks. Row it up. You've got about 8 reps here. Nice. To the 8 deads. When I do my deads, I usually don't come all the way up. I try to keep a contraction in the glute so that I don't have an external rotation with the hip, meaning a pelvic thrust. It's up to you. I just don't feel like I keep the contraction with the glute through that. So now we're to the flies with the 8s. Couple more reps, still a little on the heavy, so be gentle with that. If you want to bend the elbows and just pull back, that's fine too. Deeper, wider squat, sit it way back. Here's what I like to do with the wider squat. Really squeeze my inner thighs. Awesome. To the 5s. Let's see if we get this one all the way done with the 5s. 10 reps. maybe 11. Take it down for a deadlift. Awesome work. Into those flies. Much easier with the 5s. Lean it forward, contract the abs to keep you stable. Make sure the back is nice and stable. Lifting those weights right to your sides, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Nice wide squat. Good job. Okay, let's go back to the heavier weights. You guys are getting closer to the end, so hang in there. Single arm, very slow hammer curl. So you'll check this out. You've got about 6 on each arm. Going into a little more of a front-loaded lunge. Nice and easy. Nice. Bringing that knee to the ground. We're going to take it right into some tricep push-ups. I like to align the weights right underneath my shoulders, keeping my elbows super close to my body. You have 6. Now, if this is a difficult exercise for you, take the weights away and go ahead and let your body fall to the ground and just push off the ground. That in and of itself is difficult too. We want to work ourselves up to being able to do that tricep push-up. Single arm, easy hammer. I've got my 8-pound weights. This is where supersetting gets a little bit boring, monotonous. You're just really trying to load that muscle through this progressive overload right here, working, fatiguing everything. So take it slow, make sure you're in the right position. These lunges start to get a little harder at this point, so be very deliberate with your form. Go ahead and bring it into those tricep push-ups. Keep those elbows super close to your body. Abs are in on your knees. Let's go for 8. Good. Stretch through if you need a quick stretch. Grabbing those 5s. Super slow hammer. Or not so super slow. Probably because you need to get 10 on each arm. And you got stuff to do. Now this is where it gets a little more difficult. You've got more push-ups. If you can only do a couple and you need to rest and stretch, take it into child's pose and just stretch all the way through those shoulders, triceps. Good work, guys. There's your stretch. Good work. Now we're gonna go into the glute. So we're gonna grab that heavier weight. We're gonna go up for 6, hydrant for 6, back up for 6. Try to really tighten out that glute. Beautiful. Stretch and switch if you need to. We're gonna go into some push-ups after this, so I'm just preparing you. Awesome. So let's go into 6 knee push-ups. I always take my hands wider than the mat. I like 90 degrees in the elbows. Squeeze your upper back, push through the chest. Same thing if you want, like the tricep push-up. If you want to drop all the way down and just push yourself up once or twice, that works too. Into the 8 pounds. Now we have 8 reps. Awesome. Sit back, stretch, or just change legs. Awesome work. Okay, here we go to the push-ups. Awesome work. You guys are almost there. Hang in there. Fast 10. Let's go. Good work. Last leg, best leg. Let's go. Right on, guys. Good job. Telling you that glute will be a 1/4 inch higher after those. All right, here we go. 10 push-ups. Good work, team. All right, our next thing, we're gonna go into the abs that we've been practicing. The goal is to try not to put your hips down onto the mat while we change to the next ab exercise. So go ahead and align yourself up. Now here it comes. You want to put your arm underneath you, support yourself, go into elbow plank. Go ahead and hold or tilt from side to side for about 10 reps. Now that your arm is underneath and parallel to the other arm, you're in perfect position to take that elbow down and up. Looks like I missed the lift up and down, so go ahead and get that in today too. You guys will get it in. I'm the only one that's going to be a little lopsided on that side. Holding it to 10 to the middle. Good. Come up to a tall plank. Knee in and lift. Last week I showed you the hover. This time we're going to bring in the knee, tuck in the abs, kick the leg up. Anywhere between 6, 8, or 10. Good job, you guys. Quick stretch through the back. Open those knees up maybe a little wider. Go ahead. Get into an arched back. Cobra. Curl those toes under. Lift those hips up into the air. Walk your heels out. Stretch through those hamstrings. Stretch through the back and those shoulders one more time. Here's where you want your stretch. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for your likes and subscribes. And that's it. Be fit.